So I want to start by contrasting two different reasons for doing something, or you could say two different intentions for doing something. Okay, and the first of these is more strategic. It's like we're doing something because it's productive, and we may it'll bring value in our lives. We're almost investing in doing something, and it could be the way we raise our children. Okay, we do it because we feel like it's going to be better for them. It's going to prepare them for life more. Or it could be career. We take a job because it's going to bring, more abundance to our family. Or we go to college because it's going to open doors for us in our career. We could have a spiritual practice or do spiritual coaching, because, we feel if we do this practice, it could be a yoga practice. If we do this practice, it's going to bring us value. It's going to bring us balance in our mind, body, spirit. So anyway, that's the first way. The second way is a little more spontaneous, and we're doing something simply because it brings us joy. Okay? We're kind of doing it more for its own sake. We're doing it because we want to do it. We're drawn to do it. We're passionate about it. And it could even be what we're in the mood to do. Okay, I just feel like doing that right now. And so if you notice, we're doing this more for its own sake. The first way I described, it's more we're doing this for us, more of an outcome. It'll bring us value. Both are valid, okay? But I want to talk about, I guess, because in my journey, okay, I'll give you an example. In my journey, what I've been noticing is I used to be really strong on the doing things because it's productive and it's more strategic, like I'm gonna do this because it's gonna bring value in my life. And I was a warrior, man. I was pretty hardcore on this. I still can be, but I'm moving more toward the other way, which I want to talk about. Is like, I'm doing this, everything I did, most everything, except maybe a little bit of my free time, it's like I did it because I saw it as a way of bringing me value, and it was about the things that I cared about in life. It was my work with people, my business, finding community, finding a relationship and friendships, and all the things, like almost everything I did were to, I created situations and found situations that would allow those things to happen. And that's how I moved through life, and that was great. And but what I've been learning lately is more the second, okay, and it's been adding more balance. It's like, maybe I ought to consider doing things simply because they bring me joy, and doing things more for their own sake. And I've been doing that. And it's been an interesting practice to do that. Even bringing joy has become a practice because I'm oriented that way. It's been an interesting thing, but I could call it a practice, an interesting practice to do this, okay? Because then it's more like I started with things in my free time, right? It's like, so it's my free time. It's like, but even my free time, I did things because I thought they would bring me value. So I went to social events that maybe I didn't really want to go to, but it's like, but maybe I'll meet some people there, that maybe I'll meet someone to have a relationship, to have a friendship with. Maybe I'll meet community there. I could say I went to like an ecstatic dance class or group, and it's like, maybe I wasn't in the mood for ecstatic dance that night, but it's like, but I'm going to go there. I'm going to warrior it. I'm going to go there because, hey, I might meet some people there. Now other times maybe I am in the mood for that, and then I would be doing it more out of joy. So same event, right? Doing it for different reasons. And what I'm exploring, and I'm suggesting you consider, is doing things more because they bring you joy, more for their own sake. Because I'm kind of assuming that you might be, if you're watching this video, maybe you know what assuming does, but I'm kind of thinking that if you're watching this video, you might be a little more like me in the sense that you were more doing things because they were productive, okay? And so I'm inviting you to consider, maybe there's some free spirits out there that really do things for their own sake. Well, we can all learn from you on this, right? You can teach us these things, like to do things for their own sake. So I'm just inviting you that to maybe consider doing things more because they bring you joy. Okay? And what I'm finding, okay, is it really takes some trust that, if I do things for their own sake, okay, I'm going to be more following my passion, what I'm drawn to, okay, and then I'm going to be more in my flow, if you will, okay? And then if I'm in that flow, then I'm going to end up, it's going to have good outcomes anyway. Maybe not the planned outcomes that I did the other way, but it's going to lead to good outcomes because then I'm going to meet the people. I'm going to meet someone. If I'm in my flow and I'm following my joy, I'm going to meet someone, okay, for a relationship, for friendship, for community, okay, because I'm in my flow, okay? And it's kind of interesting too, because in the first way, the more planned way, I'm almost going with, I'm relying on my mind. Okay, I'm trusting my mind and relying on my mind to find the experiences that I need and to do the things that I need to do to have the things I want. Okay, if I'm doing things for the pure joy and doing things for their own sake, and I'm following my passion and being in my flow more, it's like this way it allows life allow God or spirit or the universe to be the person to be the thing that gets me to where I need to be. And so it's almost a different kind of faith. And I'm building trust in this because I'm finding this to be true. I'm giving it a chance, right? So I'm doing things because they bring me joy. And then I'm finding it, even though I didn't see it as being productive, it's bringing me outcome. It's bringing me the things that I want because I'm in my flow. And then I'm going to naturally meet the things that are going to enrich my life. So that is my video. I'd invite you to consider, adding a little more, following your joy. I think Joseph Campbell very infamously said, follow your bliss, right? And I know that got a little worn out, at least it did for me, but it's like to follow your passion and follow your joy and follow your bliss and see where that takes you. So that is my video for this week. I hope you have an awesome week and that you consider, following your joy. Do what brings you joy, okay? And follow your passion and kind of do things for their own sake and see where it takes you. If you're like me, it might take you to some really cool places. I will see you in a week.